Assalamu alaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Welcome to Wisdom International School's digital classroom for mathematics. So children, we have come to the end of this chapter, squares and square roots. Okay, this is chapter squares and square roots. Okay, squares and square roots. Okay, so now today we'll learn how to find the square root by division method. Okay, now see, already I had taught you how to find the square root by prime factorization, but sometimes when the number is really big, you can't the prime factorization method turns out to be really complicated. Actually, it becomes very long. Okay, so we have another method by division method. Okay, so if they ask you to find the square root in your test, you can use any method, whichever method you are comfortable with. But if they specifically tell you that you have to find the square root by division method, then you have to do this method only then you will be getting the marks. Okay, if you use prime factorization method, you will still get the answer, but then for that method you won't be getting the marks. Okay, so you have to learn this method. So here, first, before learning getting into this method, let's find out how to find the number of digits of a square root. Like, for example, if I ask you what is square root of 100, you will say it's 10, right? Now if I ask you, like, what could be a square root of a 3-digit number be? See, this is a 3-digit number, right? 100 is a 3-digit number. So by looking at it, I should be able to say what will be the number of digits in the square root of 100. Like in this case, I say that for 100, the square root is 10. So for a 3-digit number, I am getting a 2-digit number as a square root, right? And look at the next one. It's a 4-digit number, right? And still I'm getting a 2-digit number, right? So for 4-digit also, I'm getting a 2-digit number. So for 3-digit and the 4-digit numbers, okay, I will be always getting a 2-digit number as the square root. So here this is what it says: if a perfect square is a 3-digit or a 4-digit number. So you understand what a perfect square is, right? Like it's a like 10 into 10 is 100, right? So 100 turns out to be a perfect square, and 32 into 32 gives you 1024. Okay, so the 1024 is a perfect square. So obviously 1025 is not a perfect square. Understood? So it's not like multiplying two numbers will never give you 1025. Two same numbers, not two different numbers. Okay, so the 1025 is not a perfect square. Okay, perfect square. All right, so now here this is what the statement says, that a 3-digit number or a 4-digit number, if it is a perfect square, then the square root of that particular number will be a 2-digit number. So for a 3 and 4-digit number, you have a 2-digit number. Similarly, for a 5 and a 6-digit number, you will have the square root to be a 3-digit number. So here you look at it. So if I have a 5-digit number, like in this case, see, this is a 5-digit number. See, 1 2 3 4 5. And how do you find the perfect square root of this? Square root of 1 is 1, and there are 4 zeros, so that turns out to be half, so 2 zeros. So it's perfect square. Okay, and now look at this number. It's a 6-digit number: 1 2 3 4 5 and 6. So if you find the square root of this number, you get 999. So this means that 999 multiplied twice gives you this. Okay, so this is what it means. All right, now here we have a method to find the a formula kind of a thing, to find like how many number of digits will be present in the square root of a perfect square. So they're saying if you have a perfect square of n digits, okay, that is, let us say you take an even number. Let us say your n is 4. That is, you take a 4-digit number. Like for example, a 4-digit number, let me take a 1600. Okay, this is a perfect square. Okay, so this particular number's square root will be, we know that the square root of 1600 is, square root of 16 is 4, and the two zeros turn out to be half, so 1 0. So it's 40. Okay, but then how do you find it? Like, how many number of digits are there? So here, from here, we know that it's a 2-digit number. So we will use a formula here. Okay, so the square root will be n by 2. So if n is an even number, if there is a 4-digit number or a 6-digit number or a 8-digit number, then the square root will be n by 2. So see here, 4 by 2, a 2-digit number. So if I have a 6-digit number, then the square root will be 6 by 2, which will be a 3-digit number. If I have a 8-digit number, then the square root will have a 8 by 2, which is a 4-digit number. Okay, so that's how you find this. Okay, this is the formula if n is an even number. See, like you have 4, 6, 8 and so on. Now if n is a odd number, okay, so if n is 5, let us say, so see, I have taken 1 2 3 4 5 numbers right here. So here for 5-digit number, see, how will I find the square root? Square root of 9 is 3, and 4 zeros turn out to be 2 zeros, okay, so it's 3-digit number, but we will use the formula to find this, okay. So if there is a odd number, a 5-digit number for example, then this is the formula used, n plus 1 over 2. So 5 plus 1 over 2, 6 by 2, which is equals to 3. So if I have a 7-digit number, so 7 is a odd, right? If n is odd, what will be the square root of this number? It's going to be 7 plus 1 by 2, which is 8 by 2, which is equals to 4. So the square root will be a 4-digit number, okay. So this is how you find it, okay. Alright, now we will find out how to find the square root of 7 to 9 by division method. Okay, this is the method we are going to learn. Alright, so now let us come to this. Let's say 7 to 9 is there. So whenever a number is there, what you do is, see here, I'll show you, I'll write it and show you once, okay. So 7 to 9 is there, you first make this kind of a box. Alright, and then you start making pairs and put a bar, okay, on two numbers starting from this side, okay, from the right side. So that 9 and the 2 become a pair. Then 7 does not have a pair, so you will just put a 7 on a single number, okay. If you have another number, you put it on 2. So from the side you will go 2 2 2. So if I have, let me say I have something like a big number, okay, let me just show you one big number. Let us say I had 7 3 4 5 6 2, okay, something like this, and I'm asked to find the square root of this. What will I do? I will start pairing them from here, this 2 first, this 2 and this 2, okay. So you should not go by left to right, it's always right to left, okay. So now we are going to learn how to do the square root of this 729 by division method. So as I said, we will first put the bars, okay, on 2 9 and then on 7. Now you see, you find out the square root of what fits into the 7. Like you have 2 2's, okay, 1 1's are 1, right, 2 2's are 4, 3 3's are 9, right. So 9 turns out to be larger than 7, so you choose 4. So 2 2's are 4. Then you subtract this. So 7 minus 4, 3. Then when you are pulling down, you will not pull just 2, because you have put a bar over here. See, it's one group, okay. You should bring the whole group together. So 29 comes out as a whole, okay. Now what you do is, you will add this 2 and this 2. This 2 and this 2 gets added up, and you get a 4 over here. So you put a 4 over here. Now you have to choose a number to be put over here, and then the same number has to be put over here also, okay. So a number has to be put on this part and on this part, and you should multiply that, like, you know, see, this number ends with a 9, right. So you know that 3 square ends with a 9, and 7 square also ends with a 49, right. So it's ending with a 9. So you try with 40, and let me say first, you know, 4 in this position, let me try to put 3 first, okay, because you know 3 square is, so, and then I will have to put, if I am putting 3 over here, I'll have to put the same 3 over here also. So when I multiply, I'll multiply 43 into 3. See, this green 2 I'm not going to consider, okay. I'm not going to use this 2 now, okay. This 2 and this 2 both are gone. This 2 and this 2 are not going to be used now, okay. I have added them, and I have put over here, that's it, okay. Now this I will put one number over here in such a way that, you know, when I put this number, I'll have to put the same number over here, and I'll multiply this 43 into just 3, not 23, okay. So when I multiply 43 into 3, what do I get? 3 3's are 9, 3 4's are 12. I'm getting 129, but that's not, you know, a 329, right. So we will try with the next number, okay. So let me erase this now. So the next possibility is with the 7, right, because 7 square is also going to give you a 9 at the end. So let me put 47 and 7, okay. So now what will I do? I will just use a 7 over here and a 7 over here, okay. The same number I'll be using. Let me use 7 over here and the same 7. So now I'll multiply 47 into 7. 7 7's are 49. 7 4's are 28, 29 30, 31 32. So I'm getting this, okay. So this is 3 2 9. So then now if you subtract it, you're getting 0. So if you're getting 0 at the end, that means this 729 is a perfect square, okay. So 7 2 9 the square root of 729 will be the number on top, that is 27. This is how you find it. Okay, now we'll move on to square root of a decimal number. So what if you have a decimal number like this? Okay, here you see they are saying 12.25. so when there is a decimal point, you will pair like this. From the decimal point you will go like this. Okay, 12, and then more numbers. If you have, let me say you have 3 2 1 4 5 6 0.29342, something like this. Okay, I'm just telling you, showing you how to pair them. So if there is a decimal point over here, the numbers will be started to the left of the decimal point. You will be pairing like this: 56, 14 and 32. Okay, so if you have another number, let me say you have 7 over here, this 7 will be having one single thing like this. Okay, now on the other side, if you are going in this direction after the decimal point, so from decimal point, from here you will go in this direction, and to the other side you will go in this direction. So 29, 34 and 2 will be left out. Okay, so this is how you will work it out. All right, so now anyways we will just move to the problem. I'll delete this. Okay, so if you have this 12.25, so the 12 gets paired like this, from here, and the 2.5 gets paired to the other side like this. So 25. Okay, 0.25. Now what do? I have 12.25, and again I make a table like this. Now I will see 1 square gives you 1, 2 square gives you 4, 3 square gives you 9, 4 square gives you 16. So 16 turns out to be greater than 12, so you choose this 3 square. 3 3s are 9. Okay, now you subtract this, so you get 3. Now you have a point over here, so put a point on top, and then pull the 25 down. Okay, now you have to add as usual 3 plus 3, so these two gets added up. 3 plus 3 is 6. Now you have to put a number over here. The same number has to be put over here, so that it turns out to be 325. So it's ending with 5, so you choose a number which ends with a 5. See, 5 square is 25, so 25 is ending with 5. 6 square is 36, it ends with 6. 7 square is 49, it ends with 9. 8 square is 64 with 4, and 9 square is 81, and 10 square ends with 0. Okay, so you should remember this. Okay, because looking at the units place only, we decide which number to choose over here. So now there's only one possibility with the 5 being in the units place, and that is 5 square. So you take the 5 over here. Okay, so let us put 5 over here. Let's say I put a 5 over here, and I'll have to put the same 5 here also. So now you see, if you get 325, 65 into 6 into 5 gives you 5 5s are 25, 5 6 are 30, 30 plus 2 325. So that gives you, you subtract it and you get 0. So the answer on top, 3.5, is the square root of 12.25. Okay, all right. So now you solve this exercise 5.4. just do the first main, second main and the third main. Okay, that's enough. The rest are not needed. So then we finish this chapter. So that's it for this chapter. So see you with the next video, inshallah. Allah Hafiz. Thank you.